Today, I want to talk about what it means to actually be kind to yourself on your health journey because we talk about grace and having compassion. And I think those are really important. Also, somewhere along the way, compassion got confused with making excuses and letting ourselves off the hook. And they walk a fine line together, but they are not the same. And mixing them up is one of the fastest ways to keep starting over every Monday, keep having to reset, keep on yo-yoing. And so when we point out the clear differences between these two, I think you'll figure out, oh, that's my yo-yo pattern. Oh, that's why I keep starting over. You might see yourself in some of these excuses. I know I did. So some of these are from my own personal arsenal. So many women, we think we have to choose between being kind to ourselves and making progress. That health progress is punishment. It's restriction, deprivation. We can't eat what we want to eat. We have to do these really hard workouts. And so we can either be kind to ourselves and, earn, enjoy the rest that we feel like we've earned or the little treats. I did a little treat culture episode. It was a ways back now, but little treat culture, it's everywhere. So we feel like we either have to do that or we kind of have to be a little mean and harsh to ourselves. So when life gets hard, we default to self-compassion, or so we think, but it really ends up or turns into us quitting and letting ourselves off the hook. So it often looks like you had a tough day or something happened, and then you're like, I need to give myself grace. And so then you skip, and then the next day is either just as hard or the world sucks just as much. So it ends up being another really tough day, but maybe just in a different way. And so we give ourselves grace again, and then we skip again. And then we've skipped 2 days, and our brain's like, well, may as well just start over on Monday. And so we go down this spiral of starting Mondays and letting ourselves off the hook and never following through on what we said we were going to do for ourselves. So the difference is compassion is where you can give yourself emotional safety and say, I feel these things, they're valid, it's my reality, paired with a forward motion, an action. You're still doing something to work toward your goals. Whereas excuses, they feel like emotional relief. It's to make ourselves feel better, really. And then typically without responsibility, no action is taken. We let ourselves off the hook. We bail. We're like, okay, cool. I'm just going to veg out Real Housewives with some wine, not do anything I said I was going to do. So compassion is a way that we can acknowledge a tough day, acknowledge we're exhausted, and still stay in the game, where excuses put us firmly on the bench, on the sidelines. So one says, this is hard, let's adjust the plan. And the other says, this is hard, I'm done for today. See the difference? So you can think of compassion. Some things that you might say was, today was really heavy. Maybe emotionally, it was really a heavy day. Or I am freaking tired. I'm exhausted. You could even say, well, that didn't exactly go as planned. And it's acknowledging the reality of life because life will always keep lifing, but without judgment. And it creates this kind of safety for yourself of acknowledging the thing, but reminding you that you can still keep going, that you don't have to let the day win. You don't have to let the circumstances win, and you can adapt the plan accordingly. Yes, that is what we all want to do, right? Versus excuses saying, I'm just too busy. It's really not a good time. Or this week doesn't count anyways because I wasn't going to start the thing until Monday. And so this week's just kind of a wash. And they protect you from the discomfort of acknowledging, I didn't follow through. I didn't do what I said I was going to do. And they also protect you from change. They keep you from change, not protect you. They keep you from getting real results because if nothing changes, nothing changes. Excuses feel kind in the moment. It feels, again, like a relief, but they're costly in the long run because you let yourself off the hook again and again and again. So there's a way that you can do it, have compassion, but not make excuses. Remember, compassion also comes with action. So smart women struggle with this all the time because I know you are capable and you're responsible and you're juggling all this stuff. And yes, you have earned rest. You have earned that little treat. You have earned whatever your thing is. And so it gets really easy to justify skipping or explain away your inconsistency for the last month because life's been crazy. And it's really easy to talk yourself out of showing up because you show up for everyone else. Like, can't I just have a break? And this isn't a character flaw. This is such a human pattern. I do this I think every single woman I've ever met does this. But it takes retraining our brain. And so you can think to yourself, does this thought help move me forward or does it keep me stuck? Because compassion will still involve an action. You will still be moving forward, but excuses have a way of pausing everything and keeping you stuck. And so compassion might be a planned workout turns into a walk. It might be this perfect meal that you had with all your macros and everything to leftovers and a protein shake because that's today. That's what the day brought. It might mean your big goal becomes the bare minimum for the day. That is okay. Even if you have the busiest day, maybe you keep one small promise to yourself. That's compassion. That's how consistency is really built. And so if you are struggling with this excuses versus compassion versus, self-care versus grace, I made a no more excuses guide for exactly this because I'm not going to shame you or anything like that. It is learning the difference between being human and opting out because compassion is all human, 100%. Opting out, though, that's excuses all day. And so my guide will help you call out yourself in a way that's supportive, not harsh, because for each excuse that you have, I've got a podcast episode coaching you through it so that you can keep moving forward with compassion. So being kind to yourself does not mean opting out of your life. That's today's daily bit of fit. Take it and run or walk or stretch. Just go move. That's it for today's daily bit of fit. I'm Coach Mack from Running with Bacon, reminding you that small steps really do add up. Make sure to follow or subscribe so you never miss a bit. And if today's episode hit home, send it to a friend who might need it too. And if you ever want a quick pep talk tailored just for you, DM me on Instagram because I'm always happy to send some encouragement your way. You can find more support and my health coaching resources at runningwithbacon.com or come hang with me on Instagram for some healthy fun. Until next time, keep taking those small steps because you don't need a perfect plan, just a consistent one.